Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. Jeanette Biro here. I'm a medium and channeler. Welcome to your weekday daily card reading where we dive into the cards, see what's in store with a message from Spirit. All right. How are you all doing? How's the energy? Are you feeling it kind of lighten a little bit since the beginning of the week? Because the beginning of the week was epic energetically, but it's kind of smoothing out a little bit now. So I hope some of you are starting to be able to sleep a little bit more. Even just feel a little bit more grounded too, hopefully. So, I mean, it's Friday, and Fridays are great days. We love the Friday energy. So I'm curious to see what Spirit has to share. I'm using the holographic tarot this week. Yeah, let me just tune in here. Hold on. This is interesting. They're sharing how next week is a week that we get ahead. They're like, you're stepping into the energy to the week in which you get ahead. That's really interesting. Like a forward momentum. Kind of like when the energy has felt like it stalled out for some people, or your momentum stalled out. There's an energy again where things pick back up and you get to see tangible movement of moving ahead. And I really feel like this is individual, like, so something happening in your life versus like collective. Something happening in your life, you're going to be able to make some steps forward on it in kind of like next week. So the energy into the weekend is really about being conscious of what you're focusing on and conscious of also what your body needs, what your energy needs. So it's like focusing on the seeds you're planting, but then also focusing on the prep of what your body needs. Because let me put it this way, if you go into an energy of momentum, but your body is really tired, it's not going to be able to keep up. Or if you go into an energy of momentum and your mind is just really tired, you haven't had a mind break, your mind won't be able to keep up to that momentum. So it's like, keep focused and thoughtful on the seeds you're planting, what you're wanting to have momentum move, but then also make sure you are resting in mind and body as well, so that you have the space and capacity to move with the energy when it's here. Very interesting. So that means the weekend could look very different for everybody, right? Like some of you might find the weekend is just rest. Others, it's like lots of play and momentum building. However it shows itself, honor what you need this weekend so that you can make the most of the energy coming up next week. All right, let's see what's in the cards here. Oh my gosh, of course. It's right on the money. Okay, so first card out we have is the Strength card. Okay, so again, this is about kind of assessing where is your strength right now. Is your strength in focus? Is your strength in body? Is your strength in mind? Maybe it's all of them, maybe it's none of them. Where do you need to kind of refill your cup to make it so that you are at your epitome of strength for what you can do at this moment, right? So again, taking the weekend to do what you need so you're completely ready for the momentum moving forward. And I really like that because part of the energy with this momentum moving forward, we have the Ace of Swords. And Ace of Swords is like, swords represent the mind, but it's also kind of like cutting through the old, making way for the new, for these new beginnings and capacities. And these new beginnings and capacities are like new ways of thinking of things, new ways of creating ways to do things. Again, it's very, the momentum is this energy of the mind. So to me, that's also going to go to your creativity. It's going to go to new innovation. Again, like new ideas, new things like that. So you need the energetic strength in your body and mind so that you can make the most of wielding this sword, these new beginnings, new ideas, okay? And a lot of this is going to be inspiration too from Spirit, but also from what you see around you. So Spirit is like, don't forget the fact that you are becoming very wise in your knowledge of who you are on this planet. And you're coming into a position where you're going to start using that knowledge for the betterment of the world around you, your perspective world, right? So Notice how these insights start to come in because there's a big momentum with them. And interesting, we're talking about this momentum energy because we have the Knight of Wands. This is a card of momentum energy, right? Wands is passion and power. It's fire. It's that ignition point. It's that, you light that fuse and it burns up. This is the energy literally moving in. So a page of wands would be like the beginnings, the initial sparks, whereas this is like it is lit and it is moving in, and it's moving in really fast. This is one of the fastest moving knights. So when we have the Knight of Wands with these cards here, we're stepping into like a really, really neat, fast-paced energy. So again, it really echoes the message of take this weekend to make sure you are kind of stocked up in your energy and your strength so you can make the most of the momentum happening, okay? Now, the last thing I want to say is we have this really neat card. Spirit is saying one more. Okay, that makes sense. This is really interesting. Okay, so with the energy that's coming too, we have absolute differing polarities. And I want to say again, this could be reflected in the external world, but the message is really actually for the internal world. So for some of you, you're going to experience it as blessings. This is the blessings card. This is all your dreams coming true. And some are going to experience it like the Tower card, which is the crumbling of everything. I want to say that these two cards really represent your perspective. And your perspective is what's going to dictate the way in which you utilize this energy. And more specifically, I'm going to use these two cards, right? So again, we've been talking a lot about perspective. So maybe that's something else you can ponder this weekend as you're kind of filling up your strength cup, is what perspective do you want to hold? Now, you can hold a positive perspective for something really challenging. You can hold a negative perspective for something that's actually really good. It's really up to you and how you choose to see it. So make sure this weekend, as you're filling up your strength cup, you're also really paying attention to where is your perspective at right now? Is it helping you or is it hindering you? And like Spirit said, are you in the energy of empowerment or are you in the energy of agitation? This would be the card of empowerment. This would be agitation if we're using these to explain that. So which one are you in? Okay, something to consider, because again, this momentum energy is like, Spirit's like, it's coming in hot, but your perspective will absolutely dictate the way in which you utilize it. So utilize it. They're kind of like, don't waste this opportunity of energetic movement. Use it and make the most of it for you. So very interesting. I'm curious to see what unfolds next week, how things unfold. And that's kind of like around the world too, not just in certain specific places, but like, to me, this feels like a global shift of energy too. Like I'm seeing this energy come in that just whirls around the planet, but has a direct effect internally to each individual person. So utilize it, utilize that movement. All right, well, I'll leave that with all of you for now. Thank you so much as always for joining me. I sure appreciate each and every one of you and your comments and your kindness. And I wish you a beautiful weekend. Enjoy it, honor you, and I will see you all on Monday. Have a good one, everyone.